What's up? 15-mile bike ride under this gorgeous moon. Yes, I love it. Hi, Juliana. Who do we have on tonight? Rolling with your sister. That is badass. I like that. What's up, Petite? Beat Bar. Finkel Karen. Hi, loves. How are we? We're going to shuffle tonight because we are for sure doing cards tonight. For sure. How are you guys? Give some hearts. And what are we talking about tonight? What questions do we have? What is our baby Bree? Baby Bree? Awesome. Oh, how are you guys doing? Yes, intense full moon. But it's like at the same time, it's very like there's a lot of momentum. You guys noticing that? So whether it's like good energy momentum or like bad energy momentum, but there's still this like intense momentum feeling. At least that's what I'm picking up. Feeling good. Awesome. Good. Hi, beautiful Miss J. Hi, I am __. So what questions do we have for tonight? What are you guys... What's the topic of discussion for this week? New moons and full moons are always my favorite because we get to release and let go, but at the same time, that also means that we're bringing in. So whatever we're making room for, that we're letting go of, we can actually like magnetize things in. So whether that is personal relationship stuff, or business, your purpose, think about whatever you set. What were you doing 2 weeks ago? What was your intention 2 weeks ago? What momentum and what have you been thinking about for 2 weeks? And whatever that's been, that's what's now coming to fruition now. And you're making room, you're hence releasing so that then you can bring in all of those things from what your intentions were from 2 weeks ago. All right, roller coaster of emotions, declutter, yes. 2 days ago, I cleaned everything. It was like the fur rugs, the blankets, the throw blankets, the sheets, all of the clothes, everything. It was like an overhaul, like cleaning overhaul. Who else feels me on that one? Give some love and give some hearts. Hi, Goddess 1111. All right. And we'll see what the cards have to say for this week as well. Had a wonderful day of manifestation. Yes, girl. Love that. Because it's coming in now. It's everything that you set the intention for 2 weeks ago can now come in. It will be able to come in more the more room that you make based on what you're releasing, right? I love that, Julianne. She says, I've just realized the last couple days how much I've grown in the past couple months /2 years. Badass, babe. What's been your biggest takeaway? Throw it out for everybody else to support you with. It's like, girl, I have been in a fucking mood. Cleaning mood. Yes. Cleaning mood. Yes. We're so conditioned, right? By our hi on YouTube, I see you guys too. Yes, it's fully time to let go of a reoccurring flame. Ooh, okay, I'll check that. That's a great question. What I wanted to say is we're so conditioned to our external realities, right? Or I should say it this way. Our internal realities and our external realities often match each other. So whatever, if it's cleaning, like think of it as like the decluttering, and the cleaning that you're doing on the outside is like a cleaning and a decluttering of everything on the inside. That means emotions, that means negative thought patterns, that means all of that, right? Have you ever noticed, I'm a big fan of vacuuming. Is that weird? I don't know. It might be a girl thing. Love vacuuming. And have you guys ever noticed, or girls probably, who vacuums? Who's a fan of vacuuming? I like it. I don't know. And have you ever noticed that right when you're done vacuuming, right, or sweeping, if you have hardwood floors, it looks brighter, right? So yes, you've picked up all the dust, but if you think about all the dust carries energy, it carries all of this like just junk around it, right? And so when you sweep it away or vacuum it away, then all of a sudden the room looks brighter. It's kind of like when you sage or when you dragon's blood the place, right? So everything that we're cleaning on the outside, that's like an internal vacuuming that you're doing, right? And then what happens? You get to think more clearly. You get to tap into the emotions that you really want, right? Then as opposed to like all the negative ones, like the dusty emotions. We don't want dusty emotions no more. No more dusty emotions, right? If they do come up, yes, process them and then clean them, right? So we are very, very conditioned from our external environment with our internal environment, right? If there's clutter, even if you're not consciously aware of it, right? It's all subconscious. This is like whatever is in your external reality is a reflection then of what's going on in the internal reality. So if there's clutter outside, then you're going to have clutter inside. Even if you're not sitting there like, oh my God, that's cluttered. Like you're subconsciously picking up on the view of it. And that's telling your subconscious mind that things can be cluttered, right? You threw away 10 bags worth of clothes and random shit in my house. I love that. Does that not feel good? Does that not feel so good? I did that recent, no, it was like last month, I think too. I think it was like 3 bags, but I had done one when we hit spring as well. So this was like another set. I love that. That feels so good. Manifestation and falling in love with my goals again. Yes, baby babery. I'm not going to say that 3 times fast, but I love your handle. Yes, I love that. Manifestation and falling in love with your goals again. That's such a dope way to say it. I love that you said that. I love that you said that. I want this one. Okay. So on YouTube, Nell, hey baby, I see you, says, is it time to fully let go of a reoccurring flame? Boom. Boom. Who here can relate to reoccurring flames coming up? Because we're also in Mercury retrograde. Who here can relate? Let me scroll up. Oh my God. Who here is single? Put some S's if you're single. Put a C if you're committed. I want to take a poll. I want to take a poll for everybody. Okay. But either way, whether you're single or in committed relationship, who here can relate to the wondering and overanalyzing, is it time to fully let go, right? Of a reoccurring flame. What did I just play earlier today? I feel like I should play it now, but what's Katy Perry's new song, right? Never Really Over. Oh my God. Oh my God. So relate to that song. All right, hang on. We've got the S's and the C's coming through. Let me see this. Single. Lots of S's, single. And please nobody put it's complicated. Don't anybody put an I for it's complicated. It's never complicated. C, married. So committed, married, single. You're raising your hand. I don't know what that means. single, committed, dating. Love that. That's a really great distinction too, right? Because you can be single and not dating. Good point. Love that. Love that. Trust the journey. Exactly. But you can relate. Okay, cool. Single. Hey, Miles, are we meeting up tomorrow, hun? Dude, we need to have you on this Soul Circle tribe. Give a little shout out to Miles Wrights. Amazing journey. This gentleman. Let's see. Committed to my reoccurring flame. Who is saying that? You're committed to your reoccurring flame. Does this reoccurring flame know, like, are they equally your flame, or is this? I'll get to you, Nell. I see you, baby. We're still consciously single. Yes, girl. Consciously single. Love you. Okay, single. I love this. I love taking polls on who's single and who's committed, and I love seeing everybody else is just joining on. Okay, cool. So, and just cleaned out the dust and now single. Rachel Davis. Fucking love you. Okay. So Nell says, who's consciously single, for those of you guys that are just jumping on, is it time to fully let go of the reoccurring flame? I love this. One, we're not going to jump in too much into the astrology, but yes, we are in Mercury retrograde. So that's like re-entering of exes, communication, technology, all that other jazz, right? So I'm going to say this, babe, and this goes for everybody who still has that like sort of tie with someone, or you're like, is it going to be, is it not going to be? Like, what are we doing? We're so done. Let's just get real. We need to like reevaluate the whole dating relationship thing. It is time to write a new love story. Give some hearts if you relate to that. Yes, please. It's like, we're done with the old, like, what is it? What isn't it? It's like going on those dating sites and you see everybody's option for, if they're, what they're interested in, right? The little, like, what they're looking for. And it says either relationship or marriage or don't know yet. I'm like, why is that an option? Why is that an option for a don't know yet? Why are you on a dating app if you don't fucking know yet? Like, I don't understand what that is. So done. We're done with the don't know yet, sitting on the fence. I don't know. Like, those are just, I love you, girl. I'm not directing this at you, but this goes for everybody. Like, we're done with the confusion on, is it going? Is it not going? What do we want? What do we not want? We all got to get super, super clear on what we want. You can't have the relationships that you desire if you don't know what you want. That's just, it's like never going to happen. You can't, like, put it this way. If you were applying for a job and you didn't know if you wanted the job or not, would you hire you? Like, if you were the boss and you walked in and you were auditioning or interviewing for a job, if you were in the boss's position, would you hire you if you walked in and you didn't know what you wanted? So now, baby, if you don't, you got to get super, super clear. And this goes for everybody too. Get so clear on what you want. You have to, I don't know how I can stress this enough. Let's not stress it, actually. Let's not do that. Let's give love to it, right? But it's an excuse to stay confused. It's an excuse to sort of stay in that limbo. Because I often say, right? So if you guys are new, like, what's the payoff? What are you getting by staying in limbo? Do you get to complain, right? Do you get to, Nell, if we'll see, like, because I don't know your situation, right? But see if you guys relate to this too. Like, do you get to, is there some, like, kind of like a dark fantasy, right? Let's just say on, oh, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen, right? So you get to keep playing this looping fantasy of a potential, right? But if you're playing a looping fantasy of a potential, then you're not manifesting and actualizing what you truly actually want, right? You're staying in the fantasy, and your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between your fantasy and your reality. So if you're playing a fantasy of having this relationship dynamic happen, and babe, I don't know what your exact situation is, right? So I'm going super general. So like, if we were doing a session together, we'd be able to dive in specifically on like what this is for you. And I want it to like support everybody at the same time. But if you're staying in the fantasy with something, then you're telling your subconscious that that's what you want to go after. You're telling spirit, you're telling universe that that's what you want to magnetize to you. And if that's a fantasy of this dynamic of like uncertainty and push and pull and is it or isn't it, and all the confusion, you're just going to keep manifesting that around and around, right? Are you guys relating to this? Let me scroll down. Hello, hello, hello. Hard hitter. Jump off the roller coaster. I love your statements, Juliana. Yes, exactly. Okay, so this goes for, because I want to make sure that I touch on this point too, because sometimes, right? Sometimes guys like the attention. Sometimes you like the attention. So we stay in these things sometimes just to keep like the attention, right? Because that makes you feel good. You're getting some like dopamine boost, right? Like dopamine without the like oxytocin of actual touch and cuddle. Like, I don't know. It's like a mini little bit of a drug and like not the whole package. You know what I mean? And maybe, this person in your life, guy or girl, whoever it is, maybe they like the attention. So they're saying things to like keep you hanging on a hook because the minute that you bounce out, there's like this universal magnetic ping that they sense. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, they're pulling away. And then they go after you, right? It's like, I don't even know if I should say that out my mouth. No, we're not going to say that out my mouth. Woo! Almost caught myself there. I know we have no filter. Okay. But sometimes, I swear, okay, I'll say it. Sometimes it's like guys have like the JJ radar. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys know what I mean by that. I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay. All right, let me check in with you. And so does that help, babe? And does that help all of you guys? Give some hearts if you guys can relate to this. So is it time to fully let go of the reoccurring flame? If it's not what you actually fully want, take a pros and cons list. That's a great strategy, right? Are there more pros than there are cons? Are there more cons than there are pros? Which one is it? But first get in touch with what you want. And if you're waiting for them to decide for you, get the fuck out. How many relate? We're girls. We do this. We fucking do this all the time. It's like you wait for the guy to choose you. You notice? Anybody relate to that one? It's like you're waiting for like, do they like me? Are they gonna like me? Are they gonna choose me? And what we have to remember, I feel like the sirens are like confirming this. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Here, see if this resonates. This is what I believe. I believe that women choose men first. See if this resonates. Hold up. And for all the guys that are listening, hold up. I believe that women choose men first, but men have to claim women. So it still has to be a two parts, like the relationship, right? But what happens is women forget that we choose first. Oh, I might feel, is anybody getting triggered by that? Did I trigger some people? Woo. Men still have to claim. You guys both have to like claim and choose each other. But sometimes we're waiting for the other one to choose us rather than remembering that we equally have to choose them. So baby girl, and anybody who's resonating with this, I love seeing your guys' hearts. Remember that you equally have to choose. It's a two-partner way, like it's a two-way street. It's a double choosing. Stop waiting for the other person to potentially choose. I don't know if that's happening, but I feel like that might need to be said for some couple people who are on here that might be waiting for somebody to choose them and forgetting that you equally have to choose and not wait for the other person to choose you, right? Okay. Making sense? Yes, hearts. Yes, hearts. Okay. What do we got? Was that helpful, babe? Time to book session number 2. Girl, let's handle it then. Time to rewrite your love story, girl. Let's get it done. Okay, cool. I'll look out for your email, baby. All right. Oh, we got lots of jumpers today. Okay. But JJ radar is a real thing. Okay, thank you, right? Like it's happens every time. Happens every time. You're like, I'm done and I'm going to go handle self-love, right? And then you start meeting somebody else and you start getting like either turned on by them or whatever. Boom. Doesn't always have to be a Mercury retrograde. Does it? The JJ radar is exempt from any retrogrades. It just happens. V radar. We'll call it V radar. I don't know what it is, but some guys have it. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. I don't know. Do we have it, girls? Do we have do we have this? Okay. Do you live on a hospital route? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you get it. Okay. Mic drop, bombs. Love you guys. Love you guys. All right. What do we got? It's getting warm in here. Yes, exactly. Like employer, employee, business partners is an equal part choosing. I like that. Wish I remembered that. Okay, Astro Popsicle. We all know this stuff already. Sometimes we get amnesia to it and we fall asleep and then we have to remember, and that's what Soul Circle's for, right? So you may know it, right? Or you may have known it and you forgot for a little bit. We all forget for a little bit, right? We all, like, part of our brain turns into amnesia. So yes, it's a two-part choosing. And would you choose that partner? Would you hire them? Like, what's their emotional credit score? Right? Like, do they have good emotional credit or their relationship credit score? Right? Chemistry is really great. Chemistry is really great. That can be like, cool, we can vibe together. But like, is your credit score and my credit score, like, do we match? Do we have the same vibe? Just one analogy. You guys get it. Okay. What do you mean? Also, Allie Cat says, also, we want what we got, but then we want more, like never satisfied in a way. Okay, so here's how I want to address this one. I am a believer. See if this resonates, okay? The whole never being satisfied thing, right? Okay, we're going to touch on 2 points because this also kind of goes a little bit in this, like, the recent cultural dating dynamic, right? And even committed relationships, right? Because I think that there's like this energetic shift that's happening. But you know how people are saying like, oh, there's so many options. And so if there's so many options, then people aren't, you know, as committed or, you know, they kind of move on quicker, right? I don't think it's a commitment thing. I actually don't think it's a commitment thing. I feel that as our technology is having things move faster, right? It's not that there's more options. Let's just be super clear, because there's not more options. There's not. There's only the same amount of people on the planet that there was any other time, right? Given your age range. And it's not that there's more options, because we're talking credit score, we're talking emotional intelligence, we're talking about those of you who are like interested in focusing on a relationship based on values, not what you can get, right? What you can give, all of that stuff. So the options start slimming down, especially when you start getting more consciously aware of yourself and your personal development. Trust, the options start slimming down. It is not a dating pool, it's a dating kiddie pond. Right? So it's not that there's more options, but I think in light of the technology and how fast we're moving now, right? Everything is upgrading. Everything is like, we have easier access to things, faster access to things. So it's kind of like, you might go on a date with somebody, like, think about it this way. You remember the old 3-day rule? Like, wait 3 days to like call them or whatever. Oh my God, that was like so 1997. Like, nobody does that anymore. If anybody's doing that anymore, please stop. Like, that's not game anymore. Like, that was like, oh, if you have game, you know, you're going to like wait 3 days to like make them like want it or something like that. No, the new game is authenticity and showing up with, you want to call them? Call them. You want to reach out? Reach out. And because things are happening so much faster, it's like, don't leave them unattended. Don't leave them unattended. If you like a girl or a guy, don't leave them unattended. This goes a little bit more for the guys. Don't leave a girl unattended because somebody else might be messaging her, right? Girls, stay in your feminine and like letting them know that the option is open, right? But I'm still a believer that guys have to chase, for real. And everything's moving faster now. Yes, hearts on that. So if everything's moving faster, then it's like we're getting bored quicker because the stimulation isn't there, right? So that's what I mean by don't leave them unattended. Like, we got to either like moving beyond texting into calling faster or moving into like the dating faster. It doesn't mean don't honor the time to cultivate a relationship. That is not what I mean. But I mean the process in, cool, hey, I like you. Awesome. Like, what's next? Not what it used to be. Oh, cool. Like, I kind of like you. Like, all right, you're going to wait a couple days to call me. Awesome. I have a couple other options and I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, blah, 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 whatever. Like, but I'll hold out for you. Like, that's just like, it's not moving at that pace anymore. So I believe that it's not more options that we have. It's a problem of boredom. We're getting bored faster. I forgot where I was going with that. what we go and want, and the words, yeah. So the never satisfied, right? Because you're saying we also want what we have, but then we also want more because we're not satisfied. To circle around back to that, when you're in a partnership together, or even if you're checking the person that you're, going on a date with, whatever, see if they are up for the game of evolutionary growth. What I mean by that is if they're not somebody who's committed to wanting to get to the next level of themselves or wanting to build and create something more than wherever they're at, right? This sort of staying relevant and constantly creating or constant learning or constant new awareness of self or the world or whatever it is, right? Absorbing information is what I mean as well, right? So if they're not in that process, and if you're not in that process either, then there's going to create this stagnancy in relationships. Just like there would be stagnancy within you. Most of everybody, if you're stuck in anything, it's because you need more information to get you to the next level. You can't get to the next level with like the resources that you have, right? So you would need more resources. That could be information, that could be support, that could be coaching, that could be a relationship, it could be whatever it is, right? So never saying or never being satisfied in a way is a lack of actually two partners creating something more, whether it's together or separate, but being able to kind of always have that growth and that building, because you would not be never satisfied. Let me say it a different way. You would always have something, if you take on curiosity, you would always have something to learn or experience more or differently with that partner, that relationship, right? Think about your girlfriends or your guy friends. Do you do the same thing all the time? Do you have, what if you guys hung out and you had the same conversation every time you hung out? Would you get bored? Like, I mean, the same conversation, the same every time. This is a drastic example, right? But if you're doing the same thing, we're creatures of evolution. We need growth and evolution, whatever that looks like for you, right? You don't have to put a judgment on what it is, but if it's not happening, then that stagnancy is gonna, yes, keep you stuck. It's kind of like if you don't move your body, if you don't work out, the energy doesn't move, your blood doesn't move, things start shutting down. Stagnation happens. Not being satisfied happens. Is that resonating with you guys? I love all your hearts. Yes, yes. Instead of, what does it? Keep the momentum going. Yes, Juliana, instead of pulling the plug because it's easier. Ooh, ooh. Unless, of course, because you can pull the plug on things. Could be toxic relationship, could be, a lot of times you pull the plug if that stagnancy is happening, if one person's not growing, right? Or if your values aren't the same. So it doesn't mean that there's not reasons to pull the plug on something, because we want to honor that. I'm a believer in staying with creating connection. And even if connection gets disconnected, there's always ways to create it again, but the values have to be the same as well, right? But yeah, if a value is evolving, or if one of your values is to evolve and grow and bring in information and then cultivate that within that relationship, friendship, romantic relationship, whatever it is, right? Then yes, momentum, keep going rather than pulling the plug and getting out. Again, think of it in a business situation. If a business doesn't grow, if the employees aren't growing and doing more to then grow the business, they might get fired. Or the business doesn't grow as a whole collective, a whole team effort relationship, right? It doesn't evolve, right? You ladies are the coolest, says Alley Cat. Yes, because Soul Circle is so badass. I love you guys. So I don't know what this, like, I love how you guys have conversations while I'm talking to. So I hope you guys are all helping each other out and supporting each other. I'm gonna give a shout out to the Facebook Soul Circle Collective group. Go on there, find each other, like message each other, see where you guys are in the world. Like maybe some of you are close right? We're all wanting people who are like-minded and like-hearted to connect with. So I love that everybody comes to Soul Circle from all over the world. See where you guys are all at. You could have a new sister in here from another. You see a lot of men getting extremely uncomfortable with getting vulnerable and showing emotions, admitting that they have feelings. 100%. Okay, so I'm gonna have some fake coffee for this. So yes, that's accurate. And I don't want to like, because I'm not a dude this lifetime. So I'm not going to speak for the guys. I'm going to speak for the experience that I see, and some of the guys that I have spoken to. Just equally as a lot of women are moving so strong into their masculine, right? And really needing to re-identify that balance within them. A lot of guys, right? And that's the understanding and not having a resistance of our inner masculine and feminine, right? And for men, I believe the same thing is happening on an energetic level. And so what that means, though, is based on society. It's never, right? For girls, we've always been able to be taught that, you know, oh, it's okay to cry. It's okay to express your emotions, right? I mean, granted, because we're a roller coaster and a hurricane and a Kali and everything all at the same time. And that's what makes women beautiful. And men haven't been taught that by cultural standards. They haven't been taught that that's safe and that that's okay, right? Equally so, that women have been deemed as like, oh, emotions are vulnerable, emotions are weak, right? So we have this preconception that we need to break that cycle of and let everyone be able to be allowed to experience emotion in general, because we're all fucking human at the end of the day, right? So their conditioning, it hasn't been safe to do so. So as women, one of the things that we can also do is letting them know that that's a safe space and that they're not going to be judged for it, and holding that space like the badasses that you are as women, and letting them know, like I said, that that's a safe space to do, for whatever that looks like, however that looks like, right? They'll bounce back. But just like women want to be able to feel safe, I believe the men still want to feel safe. Everybody in relationship, doesn't matter who you are, wants to feel safe and understood. Whatever your emotion is. Yes, hearts, right? And yes, like I say all the time, it's like relationship PTSD. And that goes for girls and for guys, because everybody's been hurt and everybody's been judged and everybody's been misunderstood and everybody's been like cheated on, whether it's emotionally or physically or whatever. And so we're running with all these conditions, and we have to like break all of that cycle so that then we can actually create the love and relationships that we want. And equally so, though, for the guys, if they're not wanting to show emotion, if they don't know how, in one form or another. There's a few gentlemen that I know, powerful men, that are holding men's circles and doing amazing work with men and letting them be supported in that, right? So there are men who are out there who are shifting that and becoming aware of that they have both sides of like that vulnerability is okay, right? So if it's still uncomfortable, of course. And at the same time, let's just be real. It's not exactly comfortable for women to be vulnerable either. It's not like women are like charging at the like being vulnerable. I think everybody's at the level of like, I don't know, does that make me look weak? Am I going to be misunderstood? Am I going to be judged? Right? Everybody's having the same conversation. So man or woman, doesn't matter. But we got to be able to hold space and just compassion for everybody, because everyone has literally experienced the same things. Different contexts, maybe, different gender, maybe, but experience the same level of situations, right? So it is happening. But like I said, I believe women need to find the balance of masculine and feminine, and men need to find the balance of masculine and feminine. What I mean by that more specifically is not having a resistance to what those mean on the feminine side and the masculine side. So if vulnerability, which technically is more of a feminine energy, then women need to release the resistance of being vulnerable. Men need to release the resistance of being vulnerable and embracing the integration of their own inner masculine and feminine, so it can actually become strong right? It's like in partnerships, you're stronger together, whether it's whatever kind of relationship dynamic, right? You still have an energetic dynamic. So whether it's girl, girl, guy, 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 girl, doesn't matter. The energy dynamic is creating, like, is a synergy together. So when you create that synergy within, and then you meet another person who has a synergy within, then you're the sum of both of your synergies, not the lack of one and trying to complete the other. So next time you see a guy, if he's feeling emotional or whatever, let him be like, what do you need? How can I help you express this? They've only maybe known to, you know, I don't know, get angry or go to the gym or fight or whatever it is, right? Whatever their outlet is. So give them another outlet. Let them know that it's safe and that it's okay. And that's one of the things that we can do without judging them, right? Maybe they just there was this guy I was dating at one point. Oh God, I think this was like a year or two ago. I don't remember. No, it was more than that. Anyways, he was really like frustrated with something, right? And it was new, and he didn't want me to judge his frustration in that moment, right? Like he wanted to pop a fucking cap. Like he was so mad and so angry, not at me, but there was a situation that was happening and we happened to be out on a date and he didn't know what to do. And he just wanted to like bottle it up and like compose it so that I wouldn't freak out, right? Like put on a good face, put on a mask. And yet I could feel the energy of it just emanating through him, right? It was like he wanted to cry and punch something at the same time. And so literally, if you just think of that as energy, that's all crying really is too. It's an energetic release, right? And so I was like, I feel like you're like, you need to like Hulk out, like you're about to like explode. Like I just called it out, right? So sometimes call it out. So I called it out and I was like, I feel like you need to Hulk a little bit. Like, do you need to like just explode? Like whatever's happening, you need to just like explode. And he's like, yes. And I said, are you afraid that I'm going to judge you or you want to like put on this composure because we're hanging out? And he's like, totally. I'm like, cool. You don't have to do that. Do you want to explode? You can explode. I'm going to be over here. I'll just hold space for you. And if you need something to grab onto, you can grab my ass. Totally said that. And he was like, what? And I was like, you need something to squeeze. Asses are really, really great for that. So we got out of the car and he picked me up and he squeezed the shit out of my ass until I felt better. And I felt pretty great too. So just a way that you can help your man out to release a little bit of energy. Just some ideas, you know, the energy's just got to move. I mean, what are asses for if they're not meant to be grabbed? You know what I'm saying? Like, perfectly great opportunity to turn hulking energy into some really other fun stuff. Yes. Try it next time. Next time your man or any guy, hopefully if you're not just friends, right? Whatever. If you like each other, they need to Hulk out, be like, I really feel like you need something to squeeze. I got you covered. I got you. That's what I'm here for, boo. Okay? Love that. We'll be using that soon. Awesome. Right? Works great for committed relationships too. All right, loves. What else do we got? Juliana, I see you, girl. Totally trying that with your husband. Do it. Keep me posted. Let me know the outcome of that situation. He's gonna look at you like, what, baby? What do you want me to do? And if you can get into it, you know, have him like come over and like pick you up, right? Wrap your legs around him and just let him go to town. It's awesome. And make sure that like he's really like good with it, you know, be like, no, you can keep going. Like, do you need to keep going? Okay. You're gonna use that right now. Okay. Is somebody upset? 50 Shades of Serah. I don't know what that means, honey. I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that? All right, go use that with whoever's freaking out or just needing to release some energy. Okay. All right. Other question. Let's see. If you are in a committed relationship, do you think it's normal to sometimes think about physically intimate, okay. So if you're in a committed relationship, do you think that it's normal to think about being physically intimate with other people? 100%. 100%. You're probably even going to fantasize about it. Here's another thing that we need to stop doing. Okay. Cut the crap on the whole, oh, you can't look at them because then what you're going to get jealous, your partner can't look. Healthy flirting can be okay. We need to stop putting so many rules and parameters. I'm not saying don't have respect within your relationship and partnerships. That's not what I mean. But all of this, you can't do this, you have to do this, you have to only, blind, when you wear, on the horses, right? They have the blinders so that they don't get distracted and freak out. It's we're asking our partners to put that, put horse blinders on, right? So that we don't get insecure about them looking at somebody and then them thinking about them or fantasizing about them or whatever. So fucking what? So what? Maybe they do fantasize about it. If they have integrity with you, right? Because that's the whole thing about relationship and commitment is an integrity factor. But if they fantasize about somebody else and it turns them on and then they come back and create that with you, is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? If they want to flirt with somebody or check them out, where are we giving these you can't, or you have to do it this way, or these parameters on what you should or shouldn't do? It's all based on insecurity at the end of the day. If you have connection and integrity within your committed relationships, then why would that matter? So if you're thinking about being physically intimate with somebody else, okay, maybe you found them physically attractive. Can you take that energy? Maybe there was something that sparked that for you. Can you take that and then bring that into your relationship? If you really have mature communication and you say, hey, wow, there was something about them that, I don't know, totally, I started thinking about it. And if you can have, that's a more mature conversation in relationships, and right, because you have to then have the other person not trigger some insecurity, right? Why were you thinking about that? Blah, 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 whatever, right? They have to, what are they making it mean? That they're not good enough, right? So if you can have that clear, honest, mature conversation, then it'd be cool. Well, babe, how do we incorporate that into our relationship? What was it about them that you found attractive? Again, if we're going back to relationships being an evolution and a growth, do you want to constantly be in this stagnant version of you that you or your partner end up getting bored of? Or do you want to be evolving, that then you're always learning something new about each other? And so if you're cool, or always being the next higher version of yourself, that then your partner and you can then be learning about each other, right? Cool. What was it about that person that you found attractive, or what turned you on, or what was it, right? And if you can have that open conversation and then bring that into your relationship, how dope would that be? Then you're constant, again, it goes back to that evolving. So what I hear is the shame and this guilt that you're potentially making it mean, right? Because then what? Did you cheat on them? What's the thing that you're making it mean that's bad and wrong? Why is that bad and wrong to think about? I get dreams sometimes. I have had dreams of having sex with somebody else while I have been in a relationship. Boom, there. Truth bomb, said it. And they weren't my partner either. Does that mean I cheated on them? Technically, in the dream, I didn't even know who they were. I slept with a stranger in the astral realm. Does that mean I cheated on the person I was with? What? Does it? What are you making it mean? What are you making it mean if they think about somebody else, right? So you're having guilt and or whatever it is, right? I don't want to project that onto you. You might have whatever you're making it mean. Are you projecting that onto them, your partner? Right? So if you're in a committed relationship, do I think it's normal? Yes, I think it's 100% normal because we're humans and we're not horses with these blindfolds on. And we set up so many rules around ourselves and our relationships, and it's taking the fun out of it. It's half the reason why we trigger all this relationship PTSD stuff, right? They looked at them. Oh, that triggered my wounding of abandonment or whatever. It's like, go and heal it so it's not triggering you, and then not making it mean that it's bad and wrong. Like, you need to chill the fuck out. Relationship, like, rules. Again, it does not mean to not have integrity in your commitments. It's not what that means. But are you making it mean that it's bad and it's wrong, or that, like, whatever it is for you? What are you making it mean? Okay. Thanks, call me Thor. I love you too. See the little icon come up with a picture of Thor, Mr. Hemsworth. It says, I love you. Like, hey, bro, hey. I don't know who you really are, but right now you look like Thor. Love is love. Yes. Like, good, I have those dreams too. I did have somebody get like jealous about it. I'm like, seriously? You get jealous? Like, I also had somebody get jealous because I had a strange, you guys are gonna think I'm weird. You're gonna think I'm so weird. I had this strange crutch. You know the movie Avatar? You guys remember Avatar? So I thought the Avatar was kind of sexy. Like the actor, yeah, he was kind of sexy, but like the actual Avatar, I was like, that is a sexy Avatar. I found a blue, tall alien sexy. I just thought they did a really good job. Totally sexy. I don't know what person it was with. Totally got jealous of a blue avatar, a fictional character that I would never, ever have the potential of ever meeting or being with, let alone like jealous of an avatar. For real. For real. I'm just saying, like, I can't explain why I found that sexy. That's beside the point. We don't need to go there. But the point is that I didn't understand why they were jealous about it. It's like, it's an avatar. It's a fiction. It's a drawing. It's not even a drawing. Excuse me. It started as a sketch and now it's in a digital world. It's never gonna happen. Ever. You're laughing at me. All right. Oh my goodness. Time flies with you guys. Let's check the cards. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle these 3 times because I'm pulling out. I feel like we all just we've got the Sacred Rebels deck that I'm going to read in a second. And we need some crystal love. We need a little bit of like, what is the crystal love that we are taking into? Oh my God. I'm not going to say what's going through my head right now. Okay. All right. I don't know what the cards, we'll read it. Okay. What are the cards doing? Let me turn over the cards, and guys, I lose track of time and then I forget what the cards are doing. Here we go. Okay. For this week, we have one. We're going to do these super quick. Okay. Bring it into form. Super simple. Okay, Sarah. Bring it into form. This I'm going to relate to what we were talking about. What do you want? Write down what you want. Make a list of what you want. Make a list of pros and cons of a situation. If you don't know what is happening in it, of what you want, Focus on what you actually want. One of the biggest reasons why we don't manifest the things that we want is because we don't know what we want, right? Don't be the person on the app that has the don't know what, right? Don't know yet. Don't be that person. Nobody wants that person. Swipe left on that person. Okay. So bring into form. The only way that you're going to bring it into form is to actually focus on what you want, right? So bring it into form. The energy, guys, it's making me hot and sweaty. Okay. Legacy of light. Connect, reconnect. If you are stuck, if you are stagnant in whatever relationships or concerns or not knowing where you're going or what you want, all of those things, one of the ways in order to get reconnected with that is one of the things, right? When I do higher heart mind coherence, your higher self, your primary self, and your inner child. Your inner child is your ego. So your ego that is doing the whole, like, I don't know what I want, and all the insecurities and all of the fears and the blah, 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 right? That's an unintegrated inner child. Ego equals unintegrated inner child. I should say rambunctious ego is an unintegrated inner child. So, and it's separate. It's a separation from the you, your primary self, which is then a separation from the highest version of you. So these three need to be in a line and integrated together, or integrated, in order to then discover the what you want, in order to then bring it into form. Yes? Okay, thanks, baby. Juliana, you are a badass babe too. Okay, focus on the light. Every time we get this is going to keep coming around. I feel like because there's still a lot of negativity in our conversations. This is relationship PTSD. This is all of the past patterns, the past programs, all of your stuff. Bring it into light so that then you can actually like focus on the light. This is all about focusing on the positive, where you're going, what you want to create. You can't do that. This one came up last week too, so this is still in the energy. You can't focus on the light or where you're going or what you want to do until you release all of that stuff. Perfect time right now. We're in a full moon. That's the epitome of release, so that then you can bring in. And it's a Mercury retrograde. Release, so then you can bring in what you actually want, right? Focus on the light, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. I don't know how many times I have to equally remind myself of that, right? Because it's very easy to get in that negative conversation. Focus and say what you want, not what you don't want. That's what that one means. Okay. Are these resonating? Give hearts if this is resonating. Oh, I love this. Love this. This one, this is the deck card. Cool. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Yes, hearts. Cool. This is resonating. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. You guys hear me talk all the time about, yes, mindset's super important, but your mindset is not the power center. That is the monitor. It's not the computer. It is not what is making things run. Your heart energy is the most powerful energy in the entire universe. Your mind, you tell what to do. A lot of us have been letting our mind tell us what we think that we should be doing. We've been letting the monitor run the show, not the actual computer system. So beyond the mind, the heart beats. If you're too in the mind, you're not going to be centered into your heart. If you're not centered into your heart, guess what? You can't align. The higher heart mind coherence, right? So yes, you need all three. You need the mind as well. It's a mind, emotion, and spirit integration. You can't have one without the other. So we are not disregarding the mind, not at all, because you have to have the mind, but you can go beyond what you're thinking, beyond what you're making it mean, and get in touch with the actual emotion at the core and the center of it. Ooh, counting us down. Okay. Yeah, see, confirmed. She feels, she knows. Boom. Get in touch with the emotion. She feels, she knows. This should be a she, he feels based on our conversation today. She, he feels. She, he knows. Men have just as much potential of intuition as women. Some women are not tapped into their intuition. Some men are not tapped into their intuition. Some men are, some women are. So this goes for every single person. Tapping into your intuition, getting into the center of the heart. This is a lot of heart conversation. You feel, you know, like you got to feel it to heal it. Cool. And we need the tools in order to do that. There's specific things that are not taught to us. You're not going to get it through meditation. You're not going to get it through reading books. You'll get a little bit of it, right? But these are like human behavior tools. We need emotional mastery. We need reprogramming of the subconscious mind, and we need spiritual alignment. Those three are your, boom. That's your power center reconnection to the highest version of yourself. After all of that, go against the grain. Go against the norm. That is cycle breakers. Break the cycle of the past, break the cycle of your past patterns, break the cycle of generational patterns, relationship patterns, break the cycle. Go against what everybody else is doing. Be the one that's like the new cool is being the uncool one that is going against what everybody else is doing. Cool? Final card. We'll pull for crystals. Okay, clear calcite. I don't know the definition of all this, so you guys can look it up later because I don't have time to read it, but it says universal mind. And what do I say all the time? You tap into your heart, you clear out those patterns, you are helping to evolve the universal consciousness. I love you all. Mwah. See you next week. Bye, YouTube.